Good afternoon guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a couple minutes to talk about the used car industry here in the US and what that might signal for greater economic trends in the automotive industry and just in the US in general. For those of you that are new to the channel, Story of the Day is where we cover important news topics in the automotive industry, but kind of condense them down to nice short videos so you can kind of get the main takeaways. But if you're interested in learning more about any of these stories, be sure to head over to our website, foxautomotive.com, where you can learn more about each story, or you can now find us on Apple News. But diving into this story, one of the great benchmarks for the used car industry is actually CarMax, and this is because it's a publicly traded company, meaning all of their earnings and sales, revenues, and all their financial data has to be made public for their shareholders. And they just reported a great first quarter here in 2019 with used car sales skyrocketing up. CarMax's saw a 13% spike in revenues in the first quarter, and that actually came off of a 12% increase in volume moved through their dealerships. So what that indicates is that it's not just their margins or the amount that they make on each vehicle going up to drive their revenues up, is that they're actually moving a higher amount of inventory. So that's why it's really a good indicator for the overall strength of the used car market here in the US. So I don't want to spend too much time on CarMax's financial details. We can do more of that on the website, breaking that down. But what the key takeaway there is that they saw a huge 13% growth in revenues in the first quarter and a 12% growth in volume. So that kind of serves as an overall indication of the strength of the used car market here in the US, which is kind of contradictory to the new car market here in the US, which is actually pretty flat in the first quarter. So a lot of consumers are purchasing new vehicles because the new car market is still very strong, but it did not jump like the used car market did. So as we talk about greater economic trends, this signals that the American consumer has enough confidence to make these big purchases right now. Interest rates are very low right now, which is also probably part of what is encouraging people to go out and finance a new car. And there's also a chance that the good old argument of tariffs and threat of tariffs against China, Mexico, and other countries may be actually encouraging some of the US consumers to look at used cars, where tariffs obviously are not an impact because they're already here in the US, versus looking at new cars where the price may go up soon. And finally, one other theory that I kind of have about the growth of the used car market relative to the new car market is that new cars have seen quite an inflation in price lately throughout 2017, 2018, and now into 2019. It seems that prices of new vehicles is really outpacing inflation, and particularly in larger vehicles, the crossovers and the SUVs, which are obviously very popular in the US right now. Manufacturers really seem to be bumping up as much margins as they can because the consumer keeps buying them, so there's no reason why manufacturers can't keep pushing it. And that simply seems to be the trend we're seeing here in the US, which I think is pushing a lot of consumers into the used market to buy a vehicle that's 2-3 years old, or maybe even a little older, avoid some of that depreciation, and probably walk away with a much better deal and still have a pretty reliable car. So I'd love to hear your thoughts down below on what you think of the used car market. Have you bought a used car recently? And let me know why you bought used versus new. Was it because of depreciation, or was it larger factors in the US right now? Love to hear your thoughts down below. And again, if you're looking for more information on this story, be sure to head over to our website or check us out on Apple News for more. Also, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to date on automotive stories throughout each and every single week as we bring you some of the hottest stories in the industry in quick, simple bites like this. And if you want more detailed information, day-to-day updates, go ahead, head over to our website. We have a lot of stories that never make it to YouTube as well. But thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.